Improve your listening comprehension, identifying locations and places. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series on developing your English listening comprehension skills. Today, we are going to focus on an incredibly important strategy: listening for specific information, and more specifically, scanning for specific details. This lesson will hone in on the type of specific details called locations and places. So, if you ever find yourself lost in a sea of English words and struggling to pick up specific place names or locations, this video is for you. When we talk about specific details, we mean particular pieces of information that you might need to understand a conversation or a speech. It could be a person's name, a date, a time, or, as we are focusing on today, a location or place. For example, when someone says, "I am going to London next week," London is the specific detail here. It gives us important information about where the person is going. Locations and places are significant in any conversation. They help set the context and provide an essential backdrop to any discussion. When you understand where something is happening or where someone is talking about, you get a better overall understanding of the conversation or speech. Imagine you hear someone talking about the Colosseum, pasta, and gondolas. If you pick up the specific detail, Italy, everything makes much more sense. Listening for specific locations and places can be a bit tricky. English speakers might mention these details quickly or use an abbreviation or nickname instead of the full place name. For example, instead of New York City, someone might just say NYC or the Big Apple. Here's a strategy to help you out. Be aware of context clues. If the person mentions the Eiffel Tower, then the location is probably Paris. Understand common abbreviations. NYC for New York City, LA for Los Angeles, etc. Recognize nicknames. The Big Apple is New York, the Windy City is Chicago, and the City of Lights is Paris. The best way to improve at anything is to practice. To improve your ability to listen for locations and places, listen to podcasts, watch movies, or engage in conversations and try to identify as many specific places or locations as possible. As you practice, you'll become more familiar with the common names, abbreviations, and nicknames that English speakers use. And there you have it, folks. That's your guide to listening for specific details, particularly locations and places. Remember, this is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice to perfect. So, keep your ears open, and soon you'll be picking up locations and places in conversations, movies, and speeches like a pro. Until next time, keep practicing, and happy learning.